Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of the CEO Spotlight Series for Unitech Training Academy. My name is Noah Brandon, the CEO, and today I have with us Ms. Jana Ambeau, Director of Education from the Alexandria campus. Welcome, Jana.
Thank you. Thank you so much for asking me to be here.
I'm happy you're here.
honored.
Thanks for making the drive from Alexandria on down.
Oh, it was fun.
I don't know about that, but maybe you had a good podcast or something. That's
I
good.
did.
All right, well, good. Tell us a little bit about yourself. What's your background? How did you end up at Unitech?
Well, it's really I call it kismet. It was meant to be. I was not actually searching for a job, and it just kind of happened. But say that I have two lives. I lived in South Louisiana for most of my adult life. And then about 16 years ago, I had to move back to my hometown. And upon moving back to my hometown, I was a realtor in South Louisiana. Coming back to Jonesville, which is population of 5, there was really not a real estate market there. So what am I going to do? My sister is in the education field, and so she's like, "You're degreed, we need teachers. All you'll have to do is take a teach certification next summer, and then you'll be a certified teacher." So that's how I started my education career, and It has just rolled on from there. And so I taught in the public school system for a while, and then I moved into the Alexandria area and was a training coordinator at a casino. And that's where it just happened. A friend of mine was looking for a job, and they came across this ad and said, this would be for you. I was like, I'm happy where I'm at, but let me see. And Chrissy called me in for an interview, and like I said, it was kismet.
That's really cool. That's an interesting path. So let's go. Well, tell me a little bit about you're a trainer at a casino?
I was a trainer at the casino. So I taught all of the compliance classes to the employees there, all of the health and safety regulations and guidelines. I didn't get to teach the cool stuff like the cards and so forth, but it was a lot of fun.
Well, that's cool. Well, tell me about the culture at the Alexandria campus. What's it like over there? How do you add to it being in charge of the educational process?
The Alexandria campus is a really close-knit family. It has often been said, I've never worked anywhere where a group of women get together and get along as well as we do. It is one, we know the policies, we know the procedures, and we do our very best to stick to that. Of course, every now and then we have to come back together and have a training session on it, but for the most part, we keep the culture of the company as far as the way Ms. Dina founded it, her goals and her visions, as well as we put it forth to the students. Our students are part of our family as well, and we just get new ones ever so often. So it is just a wonderful place. I feel going into the Alexandria campus, I've been there about 1.5 years now, and from the time that I stepped through the door, it was open arms, and that feeling of encouragement and confidence when you walk in. Everyone makes you feel as if you are an important person at that campus, in which everyone there is an important person. Everyone has a specific duty or a specific reason that they're there, and so I believe that's part of our culture, part of our je ne sais quoi at Alexandria.
Yeah, so there's a real authenticity there, right? So
It
what we're trying to
truly
do
is.
and what we say we do actually matches what you get, your experience.
Yes.
Well, talk to me about some of the challenges you face in your role, because doing that's every day not easy, trying to keep everybody going in the same direction, making sure you're on the same page. What are some challenges that you face trying to accomplish that?
The DOE position is definitely a challenge. There's a lot of moving parts on a daily basis, and so organization has to be a key factor in it. But some of the bigger challenges is just making sure that our instructors know, important to me, is making sure that our instructors know that they are important, that what they have to say is heard, and making sure that they are able to take what they know their knowledge from their field and apply it to our students so that our students can stay engaged and learn. And I feel like that's one of the most important parts of my job and one of the most challenging, because everyone has different personalities and you have to be able to communicate with all types, so that is one of the bigger challenges, is making sure that you're able to use that communication and actually get your points across, but not come across as trying to be an overbearing manager.
Yeah. So what does success look like to you in terms of putting all of this together, helping our students be successful, helping your employees be successful? What's your gauge for that?
Success is another one of those moving things, is according to who is looking at it, to what area you're successful in. And so for me, when I look at success, it's having a student run to my office all smiles after talking to them last week about their grades, and then they come running in, "Miss Jana, I got an A on my test today." Or watching that student who struggled the entire time, walk across that stage at graduation. And so again, it comes down to the communication with the faculty as well as the students, and just being there for them as they matriculate through the system.
Yeah. Well, I love that answer. It's always just rewarding, and it gives you, hey, this is why I'm here, this is what I'm doing. Students turn into graduates, their lives are better, they're working, they're setting expectations for their family to build upon that foundation, and it starts here, right? It
Absolutely.
starts with you. So I love hearing that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel is a unique aspect that you bring to the role? So we have 7 operations, 7 campuses, we have 7 director of educations in the system, you being one of them. What do you feel is unique about what you bring to your role in Alexandria?
I'm somewhat of the comic relief at Alexandria. People don't expect it of me, but I love my corny, goofy one-liner jokes and the dad jokes, if you will. And so I start off my day every day trying to make everyone smile, trying to make sure that the day starts off well. And so they'll get a little email from me with some type of little meme or joke or something telling them to have a great day. And so I also have the way to actually speak with my instructors, to speak with my students, and even if it's a disciplinary type situation, I'm able to speak with them just as you and I are speaking today, and have them not feel like they're being in the principal's office, if you will. Yeah. It be a conversation of improvement. And so I think that just my demeanor is one of my positive points that I can bring to the company.
I love that. I'm all in on the dad jokes. I say that over here. I'm constantly, my daughter is 8 and she is starting to get to the point where she's kind of cringing a little bit when I make my jokes. It's fantastic.
Yes.
I'm all in on that.
Oh, wait till she's 15, then she just will hide her face. And
it's going to be the best. I can't wait.
Yes.
Well, tell me a little bit about your personal life. What do you like doing outside of work?
Well, as I just said, I have a 15-year-old daughter who is super active in everything there is to be active in at Tioga High School, and she constantly needs a taxi driver. So that's what I do. I taxi her and her friends from here to there. On most nights we have something, so it's leave work at 5, go get her, go do something, and usually get home between 8 and 9 o'clock, do homework, and go to bed. But I made a commitment to myself, and my year is almost over. Last January, I said that I was going to learn to play the bass guitar this year. And so I have not done it yet, and it is December 9th. And so last week I got on Facebook Marketplace and found a really cheap used bass guitar, and I am taking lessons over the next few weeks to learn my instrument.
That's awesome. What made you want to do that?
Well, kind of goes back to that personality thing. People won't expect it of me, but I am a true metalhead. I'm a girl from the late 80s. And so I really love guitar, rock music. And we were joking, I think it was last Christmas party, several of the instructors and I was like, we need to put a band together. And so we just started joking about it. And I was like, you know what? I really want to learn how to play the guitar. And so that was one of my goals for this year. And so I'm going to make it happen. I may only learn a few chords before the end of the year, but I'm going to make it happen.
So I'm so interested in this. So okay, so you're metalhead. What's your band? What's your go-to? What's your favorite band from the 80s?
Like recently or from the 80s?
I'm talking about like, okay, you get in your car, you're going to drive back to Alexandria. Hey, instead of listening to a podcast, I'm going to roll my window down, jam out some music, let my hair fly. What are you playing?
Probably a little bit of Metallica, or I'll put the radio on Ozzy's Boneyard and just let it go. More modern, I like the emo alternative punk music, and even though they've kind of faded from fashion right now, but I truly love Panic at the Disco. Brendan Urie. Last Christmas party, everyone had dates, and so here I am, single mom, never go anywhere, I don't have a date. And so I told him, I said, I have a friend coming in from out of town, and I'm going to bring him. He's going to get here late, but he'll be here. And so after the party started, I get up and walk to the front. We had our Christmas party at the campus last year. And I go up front and come back. I have my cardboard cutout of Brendan Urie. And so he's my date for that evening. And so that's where the comedy relief comes in again. Everybody was just like, oh, groaner. But, they're still laughing and talking about it. Anytime someone new comes in the office, they laugh and talk about it. Go see Miss Jana's date.
I love it. You're an incredibly interesting person, and I love that. I wish I could talk to you all day about it, but I do want to thank you for coming in and, like I said, driving in, meeting with me, allowing the rest of the organization a chance to get to know you a little, and we appreciate everything you do, bringing the comic relief, holding people accountable, trying to be a strong presence at the campus. If you ever get a chance to meet Jana in Alexandria, absolutely do that. She's awesome, and thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time.